Democratic Congressman Khanna on where this might go. Congressman, let's say they are able to forge a deal and help these folks out, give them these pay raises that they want. I don't know what it'll be to the 30% level that they're seeking. Who pays for that if it comes to fruition?
Neil, the California taxpayers. Look, I've got a district that has produced more wealth than probably any area in human history in Silicon Valley. And I think we want our kids to learn that you pay people who clean the toilets and you pay people who are the service workers fairly, that's a value in this country, all the dignity of work. And so I support the idea that workers should be treated with respect and paid an appropriate livable wage.
But those Silicon Valley workers all in your district get help and bailouts from the federal government and support. Not these janitors and school workers. Is that fair?
Well, look, no one got a bailout at Silicon Valley. We can talk about the management disaster there, and I hold them accountable for being in long-term bonds and not hedging on that. But the people who were protected were the depositors in that bank and 50,000 companies, many of whom who were going to make payroll. And I think that was the right decision to protect those depositors. But I also believe separately here that working Americans should get a fair, livable wage, that we can afford to do that in the richest country in the world.
Can we afford to increase FDIC insurance to the degree we did in a couple of these institutions for everybody?
Here's the thing, Neil. If you look at history, we almost always guaranteed the depositors. When the Bank of New England failed in 1991, Jay Powell at Treasury basically said all deposits would be guaranteed. I heard Senator Langford earlier. I thought he was thoughtful about protecting regional and community banks. Why don't we do something simple? Charge a higher premium for the banks and assess a fee on any account over $250,000, basically mandatory insurance. I mean, right now what you have is these accounts, they are basically like uninsured car drivers. They're causing car crashes, and then the taxpayers is responsible. We shouldn't allow that. There should be a mandatory fee for an account over $250,000, and that should go to this federal insurance deposit fund to then protect the depositors.
Real quickly, you are at least going in and touching that third rail of politics and looking at shoring up Social Security. Among your proposals is making a tax for those over $160,000 limitless. In other words, you pay Social Security tax on their full income. What response have you gotten on that?
Technically, it'd start over $250,000, but this would actually make Social Security solvent and allow people to increase benefits. Look, some people don't like it. They say this is too much tax on people who are making over $250,000, and I guess that's a fair position to have. But then, what's your alternative? Yeah. At least I have a proposal that makes the math of Social Security work and makes it solvent. I guess I'd like to hear from those who disagree with this what their proposal is.
Well, does it all have to be in tax increases? Can you scale or stagger benefits and retirement ages into the future, kind of as Tip O'Neill and Ronald Reagan did back in the early 80s?
I'm not for that. You could, but here's my problem with the Republicans. It's not like they're proposing that. They're standing up and giving a standing ovation to President Biden when he says absolutely no cuts on Social Security, no increase in retirement age, no reduction in benefits. And then how do you pay for that? I'm saying the way you pay for that is scrap the cap and increase and have everyone over $250,000 pay tax on the rest of their income. The Republicans don't have a plan. I mean, either you got to cut benefits or you got to increase taxes. You got to pick one or the other.
Or you could try both. But you're right. You're at least looking at this with an idea. Some people might rip it. Others will just ignore it. But you're out there with an idea. Let's see what happens, Congressman. Very good catching up with you.